Good afternoon everyone, another beautiful afternoon down the woods. Absolutely stunning today, it hasn't rained yet, so big thumbs up from me. Today it's going to be a bit different, this video. For my regular viewers, you may remember at the beginning of 2021 I made a video pretty much quitting over 40 of my sponsorships. This was a good idea actually. I've had a lot of the mental strain and stress relieved and weight off my shoulders as such. One of the companies emailed me, well a few of them emailed me, but one of the polite emails I got from one of the brands was actually from Wild Camping International. They said pretty much, "Dear Hippie Swift, thank you ever so much for supporting us from the start of our company, UK based brand. They make titanium cookware and a few small cheap tarps, that type of thing. I've even got a coffee boiler that I'll be showing you later." They also mentioned if I require any of their products in the future to give a message, and they'll send stuff out to me to use on my adventures and wild camps around the country without any type of formal review needed as a product placement or anything like that. This is a spot on company. Honestly, that's the best message I got since that I dropped 40 sponsors video. Honestly, a few companies have not been too happy with me, but it's a weight off my shoulders, as I say before. So today I've got some wild camping equipment that I've used over the last 3 years, I believe they've been going now. So I've been with Wild Camping International since the very start. I haven't been able to do any, as I say a minute ago, they didn't want any reviews, but I'm going to give them one anyway, because that is a genuine company, boys and girls. Honestly, that is what I look for in a decent company and brand. They have their stuff predominantly made in Taiwan or China or, you know, abroad, say, which is a shame, but cost effective, it does the job, and I use it on my adventures, so it, you know, it has to be quite reliable really, otherwise I'm stuck in Scotland without a mug to drink my coffee in the morning or boil it up in. Anyway, let's get the camp set up. I'm going to use my Wild Camping International 3x3 metre tarp. It's a square configuration unlike the snug pack one, and yeah, I've got a sleeping bag. I'm going to use an ionosphere inner as a mosquito net, just protect me from the beetles and the earwigs that are floating about the trees at the minute, floating, whatever. But yeah, I'm going to get over there. I'm on my mountain bike today. It's been a while, it's been about 5 or 6 weeks, well yeah, 7 or 8 weeks maybe, since I've even ridden this beast. So I had to lube up the chain with a bit of dry lube as it's dry, and yeah, give it a thrash in here on the road. Predominantly off-road bike with 2.8 inch tyres, this beast, Van Nicholas Revelstoke. Anyway, enough rambling about this sexy bike. I'm going to get to camp. What a wonderful day. The equipment from Wild Camping International, this is everything I own. I've got some double-ended bamboo sporks, it's fork one end and a cute little spoon the other. Titanium sporks, these are a spoon with a fork point on them. They're very handy, that's what I use. I have a few of these to give away in today's video. One of the titanium products they make, I think it's titanium, that's what they specialise in. Nice little stove. We'll get on to setting that up later. That's quite hot burning though, so you do need to keep fueling that. Little pot here that I brew up my coffees or anything like that on lightweight camping trips or bike packing. Oh, this is also what I put my dehydrated meals in it. It's just over 500 millilitres in capacity. So this is a lovely little stove pot. I really like this. You can see it's been blackened over the years from heavy use and that type of thing. I pair this normally up with a small methylated spirit or Trangia burner. Good fuel burner, fits under there nice, and you can actually fit the burner itself inside here. However, you need to store the fuel separately in another container, just like anything else, any other stove. That's really nice. Nice little hook handle at the top. You can see over here on the lid, whoop, nearly, it's got a few little holes in it, so when you bring the stuff to the boil, it don't bubble up and hop the lid off and get the lid all dirty. You know, I've had that many a time on other brands. And finally, last but not least, this is a coffee percolator. I've taken the gubbins out, I've taken the inside out for the coffee percolating system itself, so I just use it as a kettle when I'm in the camp, but you know, I'll keep that clean at home anyway. I'll just leave this here at the camp Nice little see-through bit at the top. You can watch it bubbling away on the fire for 5-6 minutes while cobwebs while it's percolating on the fire. They do some really nice range of gear now. They even do tarps. Again, as I said at the beginning of the video, this is a 3x3 metre square pattern tarp, square configuration, sorry. I'll get that off and set it up in a minute and show you what it looks like. Right, so here's the tarp. Nice little size. You can get it more compact than that, but it does for the front on the bike packing. Anyway, I'm going to get it set up between these two trees and then yeah, bring you back. And there you have it. There's the tarp all set up. I just whacked some sticks through the little eyelets there and pegged them out to the ground via some paracord. Yeah, nice little tarp set up. When it's horizontally like this in a square configuration and got a ridge line down the centre of the tarp, it's really smooth with no crinkles at all in it. It's really nice. I've currently got it set up so I can stand up in this bit. I'm going to put my hammock up in here and have my tent, or well, the mosquito net mesh part of my tent just behind the hammock. That'll keep the rain off. Tape seams all round, the stitching. Yeah, made in China stuff. It's not the best quality in the world, but you get what you pay for, I suppose. The you know, you can pay 65 or 75 pounds for a snug pack diamond configuration tarp or a DD tarp. This £30. It does bridge the price point a bit, especially because on eBay you can get some tarps which are just purely horrendous and they're not even waterproof or taped or nothing. So one thing I do like is I've reinforced the tarp quite well with these triangular and square shaped reinforcement points on the corners and tie out loops. The loops I feel could be a bit longer in the black loop, the material actual loop with the loop on, you know, the loop. That could be a bit longer and stitched a bit further down. Other than that, it's absolutely fine. I've had no issue with it. Wet, wind, sunshine, whatever. You may notice the staining on the top. That's from birds pooing on it here in the woods, mainly pigeons. I don't clean my tarps very often, only when I re-waterproof them, which I never have. So I just normally get a new tarp. They last quite a few years anyway, so you don't have to be too delicate with them. As I say, for £30 you don't really expect much. You're getting a good little 3x3 metre shelter. You know, it's a big old area really. The tarp itself is made out of two solid bits of material, here and on the other side with a seam in the middle, stitched together, trim stitch, which is very nice to see. Yeah, tape seams all round apart from the edges. Rain's going to drip off there anyway. Yeah, good reinforcement around the edge actually, I'm now noticing. Didn't actually notice that before. Better than most tarps out there. But then again, like I say a minute ago, it bridges the price point between an ultra rubbish tarp and a high quality tarp. It's the middle ground at £30. How much would I pay for this if I bought it with my own money? About 25-30 quid. That's how much I think it's worth, which is smacking the nail on the head with their price point, I believe. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get everything set up, and I'm also metal detecting this afternoon if I can get through all the sting nettles. Yeah, I don't know. These aren't that thick, these trousers, so I'll see how I fare. Detecting a little bit of woodlands, and I'll let you know if I find anything, because at the minute you don't really, you know, I'm finding bits like that and it's just iron rubbish. Then again, you can find stuff like this. It's an old lead tag off, you know, some sort of bag full of something farmers used back in the day. Anyway, lots of interesting things around the woods. Good Victorian and Edwardian history. Georgian, sorry, not Edwardian, that's going back a bit too far. Anyway, I'm going to get all my stuff set up now, get a brew on the go, and then, yeah, I'll go from there. I don't know, lost for words. Right, so that's the sleeping mat in. I've got my hammock here. I'll go up in a sec. Crucial error of today though, my sleeping bag I brought is a left hand zip, which sucks because this is a right hand zip tent, like the right hand, you know, how you get in and out, but that don't matter. That'll do for now. I'm not too fussed. I normally just worm into my sleeping bag in the bivvy bag anyway. Yeah, bivvy bag. I forgot my bivvy bag. I forgot my bivvy bag. That's yeah, that's item number 2 of my stock today. We'll see how far along this night gets before I forget to bolt my head on properly. Anyway, I'm going to get on with setting the hammock up, chilling out for a bit. This ionosphere tent really does well for, well, in situ as is really, just a good bit of bug protection. Works well under the tarp. There's, you know, plenty of room either end. About 6-8 inches that end, so if it's heavy rain with wind, you'd always lower the tarp down a bit and peg it out direct to hard on the ground. Lotus bags, haven't used this in a couple of years, have I? Remember that one? That's back when I was on my, what bike was I on then? Oh, I forget. Anyway, let's set the hammock up, get on with the brew. Right, so for the moment of truth, don't forget the little gasket seal thing for the Trangia burner, or Alox in this case, methylated spirit stove. Let's get this little tin out. I say little, it's a little over 500 millilitres, half a litre. Nice little thing. I'll show it to you earlier, but inside this is actually another little cup that I use for my coffee. Just drinks and that go in here. I use the sachets from, you know, any old coffee sachets will do me fine. That's a nice little cup. Also titanium from Keith Titanium, that one. But that's 550 millilitres. So it's, yeah, it's pretty big. This one's also 550 millilitres. Not exactly sure how they fit into one another so well, but yeah, it's absolutely perfect fit between the two of them. I can actually fit this methylated spirit stove inside here, wrapped up in a rag with its sealed gasket top on it, and travel around the country quite happily like this. This would be a full setup, apart from, of course, the methylated spirit itself, or denatured alcohol, whatever you choose to use. This is more accessible for me, the purple juice. The purple juice, that's what I'll call it from now on. Anyway, I'm going to have a brew in that. I'm going to be boiling this up twice, because that's 550 mils. I'm going to fill that up about 300 mils, just over halfway, so it's not too weak of a coffee. I like the strong coffee. And after I boiled the water for the coffee, I'm going to be boiling this up 400 mils. 150 to 200 millilitres are required of boiling water for each of these packs. 400 should cover it, and you get more of a soup texture that thickens up when it's actually brewing. Anyway, I'm going to get some water in that, just like so. That's taken rather longer than I expected it to. Come on, water. Alright, let's go 500 mils. This is going to take quite a while to boil, but as I say, that'll be enough for now. Grab your lighter, get the methylated spirit burner going, just check it's on. It's not on, get a little twig, dip it in, light that first. If your lighter works, come on Clipper, you old faithful thing, and then set that alight. Make sure it's properly gone out. You don't want to cause any forest fires. That's going nicely right now, so what I'll do is I'll pop the lid on this. Also on this lid, that's rather dirty by the way, you have a little latch for the top of the handle so it don't flop over. If you want it to flop over, you can just move it, but it just goes backwards and forwards, and you can put that on nice and securely. Anyway, I'm going to pop this on. Might have a chocolate bar in the process. I'll let you know how it tastes. Ah, perfect fit there. Look, it's a bit iffy balancing there, but I'll sort that out at another date, another point in time. Anyway, you don't want to watch paint dry, or in this case water boil. It's going to take quite a while for this little Trangia methylated spirit stove, whatever, to do that job. So I'll come back to you when it's done. And I've got some grub in me probably. Hey. While we're waiting for that to boil, seems to be roaring away quite nicely now, so should only take about 6-7 minutes. I thought we'd quickly go through setting this thing up. Mini wood burning stove, sorry. Yeah, let's piece the bits together, see what it looks like. If I stop looking at the camera while I'm doing it, I'll be able to actually piece them together properly. There we go. That's quite simple so far. At the top, lovely job. This bit, I'll go this way up. That bit goes in there, and there's some little lines around the bottom where it sits into, some little indents. Then all we have to do is close it up. Yeah. Whoop, don't want to do that, but for demonstration purposes, yeah, that's fairly solid to me. Check that out. Put all your wood in here. As I said at the start of the video, this is very greedy in wood consumption wise. You can expect it to last about 10 to 13 minutes, so you'll get about 2 good boils. If you're using a coffee percolator like this, this is a good one. Like I say, from Wild Camping International. Has some markings on the side: 5 cups, 7 cups and 9 cups. Written right there, 9 cups. That'll do. Nice, easy to clean, smooth design all round, and it's got a good little hanging pot on the top, so you can, you know, it's got a little indent, nipple indent there, so you can hang it on a stick above your fire, free flowing like that, which is how I typically use it on the big campfire over there. Anyway, for the wood stove, as I say, it does about 2 boils when it's fully roaring away, which is good enough. That's pretty much all I can use it for, is about 1.5 boils. This is more than enough. This is over 1 litre of capacity in one of these, so it'll do, yeah, as it says, about 9 to 10 cups. These other bits actually fit on integrally, whatever the word is. They go on quite fiddly. I never actually use these bits because it's quite structural in itself. You can just put these like that and then sit whatever you like on top. If it's a smaller container like this, you don't have to worry about getting a big container to fit around the sides. You can fit one of them on nicely. It seems like the time is awry. Check my pot and pan. Oh, it's steaming away nicely. Couple of bubbles. I think I'm going to call that pretty much done in about 3 minutes, maybe 2 if we're lucky. Anyway, deconstruction of this, very simple. Just slide them apart, wiggle it about. If you're trying to do it quickly on a YouTube video like I am today, it'll take you considerably longer, just because it doesn't work out for me. Anyway, there's a nice little demonstration of the wood burning stove from Wild Camping International. Terribly sorry, I didn't really want to get everything too smoky and a wood burn scent on all of my clothes just yet. Anyway, I'm going to get making some dinner or tea time, depending where you are in the world. So yeah, I'll get my spork out. These are great sporks, as I say before. I use these all around the country. They're just like that, typical spork looking thing. Great design on this with the sharper prongs up the top. Again, from Wild Camping International. Whoop whoop! Let's have a little check on here. Yeah, rolling nicely over. That'll do. Time for some grub. Right, so I've got my grub, as it were. Got my little snuffer for the Frangier burner, and I've got this thing to, is it going to be hot? No, it's stuck to it. There's no way of putting that out. I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and risk melting my little towel. Look at that old thing. Ah, well, I say old, it's only about 3 years old, full of burn holes. Anyway, little snuffer, snuff that, that's a good expression. Anyway, oh, the steam. There's nothing in it yet and I'm getting excited anyway. So let's get these in. This is how I like to do it. Just so everyone knows, I always like to put about 425 millilitres of water, just so if any evaporates through steam, then it still has 400 ml left in the pot. Anyway, this is going to be a nice little dish. Remember to take your rubbish home. Please don't bury it in the woods, don't bury it on the beach or anywhere, just take it home. It's ridiculous the amount of rubbish I find metal detecting. I find literal, well, my friend Ben, who went metal detecting down the beach a couple of years ago, he pulled out a big old bag, carrier bag, full of Tizer and Coca-Cola tins. Must have been from the 70s. They're all in the old style logo and stuff, so that was really interesting yet disappointing at the same time to see. How do these dehydrated meals work? You add the boiling water, give it a stir to get all the powder. You know, you don't want anything stuck together and dry, crunchy bits. You don't want any of that jazz. Yeah, just mix it up without burning yourself. And then pop the lid on. Leave it 5 minutes. And then grubs up. Anyway, I've got my coffee with this steam. No, it's not steaming, that means it's safe to drink. Titanium pots, you do have to go careful. You can actually buy lip guards for the pot themselves, but I find if you just lick your lips, yeah, hardly any issue. It is a little bit hot, but that's just the nature of it. Anyway, I'm going to relax and yeah, get back to you when everything's packed up and cooled down. The meth burner, I'm waiting for that to cool down before I pack it up. Has a nice little case. As I say earlier, the little thing can fit inside here quite happily and live on the back of my tail pack underneath this bungee cord, stretch cord, whatever. Anyway, gorgeous evening. I'm going to relax. So, I finally managed to get the hammock up. Oh, I don't want to move, but it's been about 10 minutes. So my tea is just about done. I'll get my sport. It's still wet. Lovely. And I'll give this thing another stir for the 3rd time, I think it is. Oh, that absorbed that water up quite nicely. I've got to show you guys this. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely love this stuff when I'm on a long trip. Warms you up and it's cheap. They're only 30 odd pence a packet, these little snack shop dehydrated meals. They're only meant for kids, I think. I'm not even too sure, but this was the sweet and sour flavour. Bit of a noodly theme going on with some red peppers and other vegetables mixed in the mix. But yeah, Tarp's holding up alright. It's got hundreds of thousands of little buds on it that are falling off the sycamore trees around me. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Birds are singing. Sunset, as you can probably see on my face, it's all nice and red sky over there through the trees. I wouldn't be able to get it on camera, I'd show you, but we don't care about views on this channel, do we? I am being sarcastic, by the way. Anyway, let's try this. Cheers. Yep, just how I remember it. Nice and tangy. Anyway, sweet and sour is going in my belly. I'll see you in a bit. if anyone's curious to how exactly I managed to wash up these pots and cups and stuff while on the road, I just use a little bit of water. About that much should do. Put the lid on, hold it tightly so don't fly at your hand, and cover them little holes at the top. I like to shake that around a bit, let it swirl around up and down, swirl around some more, chuck that out. Should be virtually there now, apart from the rim at the top where it meets the lid. Obviously that won't be spotless, you'll have to wipe your sock or something around that. A little bit more water. I've used about 200 ml of water just washing this pot out, but after this it should be pretty much there. You don't have to use that much water obviously, but that's how I clean everything on my tours. I just wash around the rim. I don't wash the outside at all. That can go over there. And yeah, I'll hang this up, let it dry for a bit. Lovely. Right, the sun's now going down, just setting behind the tree line in the distance. So I think I'm gonna do a bit of metal detecting before it gets dark quickly, and yeah, if I find anything good I'll be back. If not, then here's some nice little scenic footage for you. Morning everyone. Kept waking up last night, bit chilly, but the wind did pick up in the night about 2 or 3 AM in the morning. Absolutely beautiful again today. Bit overcast, meaning cloud cover in the sky, sorry. Anyway, I'm hungry, so I'm going to get up and get a brew on the go and some food on the go. My sleeping mat, it keeps going down. This is the Snug Pack Maxi mat, I believe it is. Yeah, the Snug Pack Travel Light ones are better, pretty much, in a nutshell. It's to actually insulate you a little bit from the ground when it is down, or I'd be really cold. But yeah, it's no good that it keeps going down on me like that. Anyway, I'm going to get my smelly socks on and yeah, boil the kettle. Oh, that's coming to boil nicely now. Where's my food? It's in my bag. I'll get my food on the go and have a nice brew. There you go. Today I've got some tomato and herb flavour. That'll do the job for this morning, won't it? That'll be alright. It'll do the job if I stop flicking mud in my coffee. Oh well. But anyway, that sounds about there. Oh, very nearly there. I can't wait for a brew. Can't wait for a brew. Cool, my hands are cold. Don't know what there. Yeah, anyway, too early, can't think straight, don't know what to say. Best not to say anything. I'll get on with the cooking. Right everyone, I'm going to leave you here while I'm eating some grub for breakfast. Thank you very much to everyone who's watched and enjoyed the video. Hopefully it's encouraged a few of you to get out into the outdoors. Out into the outdoors. Too early for me still. Anyway, Wild Camping International gear, yeah, does a good job. I highly recommend the titanium pots. They're very, very handy, as I say, with a cooking handle and lid at the top. Very practical. And yeah, I haven't broken them yet, so yeah, heavy duty as well, I suppose. As for the brand themselves, I really appreciate good brands, and that email really hit the nail on the head for me, saying Wild Camping International, they care about people, they care about me. I've supported them from the very beginning of their business. Yeah, so they're appreciative of that, so I'm really appreciative to them, and that's how the world should work, really, isn't it? But you know, not everyone can think like us. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, watch some more adventures, longer adventures hopefully coming this year. I'll fail at something, no doubt. I hope you enjoyed my last tour, doing the coastline of Suffolk, Castles and Coastline Tour, I think I called it, or something. Anyway, as I say, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, click the bell so you're actually notified, because YouTube don't notify you, even though you subscribe. I don't know why. Anyway, if you want to see more, click over there. Till next time, stay safe and I hope you find peace outdoors with all the deer.